All-Star cheer fans, and welcome back to the League by Varsity All-Star Weekly Series. I hope you're ready for another super weekend that's gonna make a big impact. That's right, it's CHEERSPORT week, and I know teams all across the nation are hard at work getting in those final full outs before taking the stage in Atlanta with hopes of taking home those 700 points. We've got some fun stuff to dive into this week, including the story behind an unreal tumbling pass that's definitely gonna make you do a double take. We'll check in with Alex Gajoli to break down who's hitting zero, and we're gonna tell you all you need to know about the CHEERSPORT National All-Star Cheerleading Championship. I'm Amber Salas, and this is the League by Varsity All-Star Weekly Series. Now that it's February, we are just cruising through some awesome event weekends with lots of points up for grabs out there, and teams are definitely starting to get to that point where they've already competed at 5 or 6 events so far. So the leaderboard is starting to get super close and exciting in plenty of these races. So let's go ahead and take a look at where things stand on the leaderboard. Let's start out with the League 6 All-Girl A-List Athletics. Lady Lavish made a big jump. They moved up 14 spots to come in right now at 5th place. They have 2,197 points. And this is a brand new level 6 team this season, so it's awesome to see them already making moves and making a name for themselves, especially here in the League 6 All-Girl with so many incredible teams. They took home first place at 2 big events so far in February, 600 points from both the Athletic Championships Grand Nationals, and they just now wrapped up Coastal at the Capitol Grand Nationals. And from 4 events, like we said, they're coming in at 5th place, 2,197 points. Let's also take a look down here at number 10, making their mark in the top 10. It's World Elite Crave. They have 1,800 points so far, and they've competed at 4 events. They also made a big jump, moving up 21 spots to be in the top 10. Crave has had 3 first place finishes so far, including this last weekend at CSG Grand Nationals, where they took home those 500 points. And let's also take a look now at how things stand on the League 6 Co-Ed. Not so much movement on this leaderboard, but we do have 2 teams making their way into the top 10 after securing more points this last weekend. Prodigy All-Stars Midnight is adding their name to the mix. They're coming in now in the top 10 at number 7. Midnight moved up 13 spots. They took the win at Coastal at the Capitol Grand Nationals for 600 points. And now with 4 events under their belt, Midnight is coming in with 2,074 points right here at number 7. Gym Time Illinois Fever is also making their way into the top 10. They're right below Midnight at number 8 with 2,022 points. Fever's now also up to 4 events, including 3 first place finishes for 500 points each. And they had a great weekend, hitting zero both days at CSG Grand Nationals. And keep in mind, most of these League 6 teams in both conferences are gonna be in action this weekend at CHEERSPORT. It's gonna be exciting to see who takes over and who takes advantage of earning those 700 points. Now let's go ahead and take a look at D2 Senior. We're looking at the Northeast region right here. Shout out to Hagerstown Heat All-Stars Green Envy from Level 1 Senior. They're right up here in that number 1 top spot. They're getting close to breaking 3,000 points. Take a look. They have 2,940 points so far, leading the way in D2 Senior Northeast. And they have 6 events. So now with 6 events, Green Envy has the opportunity to drop one of those lower point values as they continue to compete this season. Rams All-Stars is also making an impact. Code Red and Inferno both tied for 2nd place right now with 2,800 points. Both teams took home 600 points from Coastal at the Capitol Grand Nationals, which was their 5th event so far this season. And most of these teams in this top 10 for D2 Senior already have 5 events under their belt, so we're gonna keep an eye on this race, especially as we start dropping some of those lower point values. Teams could be making a jump. And let's wrap it up by seeing what's going on in D1 Junior here in the Southwest region. 3 teams from Prodigy All-Stars made a pretty significant jump to take over those top 3 spots right here after a very successful trip to Coastal at the Capitol Grand Nationals. Leading the way, it's Prodigy All-Stars Steel. They are from the Level 4 Junior Division with 2,574 points. Junior Blue right here in second place with 2,548 points. And Electric coming in at third, 2,443 points. Steel and Electric both walked away with 600 points this weekend from their first place wins. And all 3 of these teams have also now competed at 5 events. And let me tell you, Texas programs are making a statement in all of these Southwest regions. Keep an eye on Texas. All of these Southwest regions are awesome to watch. And go ahead and check them out yourself by heading to the standings tab on tv.varsity.com. There you can check out all of these races for the League by Varsity All-Star. Ever since the League by Varsity All-Star first got started, there is one team that has been a force to be reckoned with on the leaderboard, and that's Woodlands Elite Generals. They won the first ever season of the League by Varsity All-Star, and they're still making noise today, currently in second place on the League 6 All-Girl leaderboard. General's routine always has those difficult stunts and beautiful tumbling passes coming at you from almost every spot of the floor, but they also always seem to have that wow moment in their routine. We want to introduce you to Addey Roscoe. She has been bringing that wow factor to Generals all season long.
Hi, my name is Addey Roscoe. I'm on Woodlands Elite Generals, and this is my first year.
Tell us how your awesome tumbling pass came to be.
Well, okay, you know, like it was like a trend on TikTok, and I was like, I'm just gonna try this on the tumble track. And then Matt was like, okay, we're coming over in 5 minutes to see what you were doing. And that's all I've been working on. So then I was like, I guess I'm gonna show him. And then I just started doing it on the floor. It's so cool seeing people act like pay attention to it, because I've been working so hard to like put it back in the routine, and it's just really fun. Tumbling, I love that like it's an individual thing, like so you can just work as hard as you want, do extra stuff, like, and it just like makes you different from everyone else, and it's just like so fun to like reach these different goals that you have for yourself.
What goes through your mind? You stand there for a little bit before you go and do that. How do you like get in the zone?
I like, okay, watching the stunts is like my big thing. Like I just like to see like them performing, and it's like, okay, this is like my time. And so it's just like I hype myself up and I'm like, okay, like I can do this. And then I just run basically. I just go for it. I hope it like becomes more popular, because I've only seen like a few boys compete it, so I just hope it becomes like the new thing. Generals this season is so fun. Obviously it's my first year, so just like meeting everyone, and everyone's so nice, and we're so hardworking. So I just can't wait for the rest of the season with this team.
Awesome job, Addey. I personally saw her do this awesome skill back at CHEERSPORT's Grand Nationals, and my mouth quite literally hit the floor. It was so incredible to watch. Woodlands Elite Generals is heading to CHEERSPORT this weekend, so if you're in Atlanta, be sure to go and watch Woodlands Elite Generals and see Addey and the Gainer in action for yourself. There is nothing like taking the stage under the bright lights at the CHEERSPORT National All-Star Cheerleading Championship. There's just something about performing in front of that iconic CHEERSPORT backdrop that always makes it special. But right now, we want to take a moment to tell you more about another special moment going down this season at CHEERSPORT's Friday Night Live. Friday Night Live gives these talented Level 6 teams the opportunity to come together, not only to showcase their love for cheer, but also to be a part of something much bigger than just cheer as we raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Did you know that CHEERSPORT has raised over $1 million since 2015? And all of this helps these families to never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food. We're gonna see 24 teams take the stage on Friday, but the best part is there's no winner in terms of their performance on stage, but rather the 3 teams that raise the most amount of money are going to take home the title. And all of these teams have been working in their gyms and communities to raise money leading up to Friday night. So real quick, we're going to take a look and see where they stand. Leading the way is Cheer Express Miss Silver. They've already raised over $43,000, which is incredible. Max All-Star Cheer, Maine Stars, University Cheer Force, and Maryland Twisters have also put in incredible work for their fundraising. Awesome job to all. Tune in to Varsity TV on Friday, February 14th. You can watch all of Friday Night Live go down, and be sure to stick around for special coverage with the League by Varsity All-Star live show. And be sure to check out all these teams. They all have their own fundraising page, so if you want to join in on all the fun as well, you can definitely go support your favorite teams and St. Jude. Well, as we get ready to head into yet another big event weekend in February, we're going to check in with Alex Gajoli from Cheer Theory, the one who is always tracking the latest news and hit zero percentages all around the all-star cheer world. Alex, so good to see you as always. We had a little bit of a slower event weekend, but still lots of great performances out at Coastal at the Capital Grand Nationals, and of course CSG Grand Nationals. So any performances that stood out to you this weekend?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, a little bit slower this weekend, but still some great cheerleading out there. So at CSG Grand Nationals in Illinois, we saw a hit percentage of 16.7% for those Worlds teams. Gym Time Illinois Fever definitely made a statement this weekend. They were the only team to hit zero both days and had a final event score of 98.4667. So they're entering that exclusive 98 plus club, which is really cool to see. And over at Coastal Capital in Maryland, we saw a 32.6% hit percentage, which is higher than our average so far. So that was pretty cool. 3 teams hit zero both days. That was Cheer Extreme Code Black, Cheer Extreme Gossip Girls, and Buffalo Envy All-Stars Lady Elite. So that was very impressive. And shout out to Code Black for securing that full pay bid to Worlds. You know, I continue to be extremely impressed with Code Black's presence. And, you know, although they didn't hit zero A-list, Athletics Lady Lavish is also another team that I have my eye on. They continue to look cleaner and more confident with each performance, and super excited to see them in that extra small senior division.
Yeah, A-List Athletics Lady Lavish has been great. I remember watching them at JamFest Cheer Super Nationals. They had that awesome comeback at day 2 hitting zero, and like you said, it's like they only continue to get stronger. So definitely a great team to keep an eye on. But I know we're super excited for CHEERSPORT going down this weekend. Always some great level 6 divisions that we know we're going to be watching. But maybe who are some of those lower level divisions that are also going to be jam-packed and that people should keep an eye on?
Yeah, so it almost goes without saying, but I think the most popular non-Worlds division this weekend is going to be that level 4 senior co-ed medium division. It'll be the first time that Top Gun 24K and Cheer Extreme C4 compete against one another, a little summit rematch, and 2 other well-known teams in the division will join them. So we'll see Woodlands Elite Recon and Cheer St. Louis Royalty all on the same stage, so that should be super fun.
Definitely. 24K, of course, those reigning Summit champions, but C4 Bomb Squad already picked up a big win at JamFest Cheer Super Nationals, so definitely a division that we have circled on the schedule for sure. But last week, we asked the fans, we asked them to vote on the question of the week for the division they're most excited to see at CHEERSPORT. Inevitably, they all said level 6 senior large. I know it's always a fan favorite, but what can fans expect this weekend, seeing all of them in action?
Yeah, I mean, kudos to all these teams who will show up to the same stage on the same weekend for the first time. So we'll have Panthers, Shooting Stars, Orange, the new kids on the block, KC Cheer Fearless, and Senior Elite all together competing against one another for the first time. It will definitely be the most talked about division of the weekend. So, you know, I took a look at those hit percentages, hit stats from Varsity Worlds Bid competitions, and so far we've seen 1 hit from Panthers at ACA, we've seen 1 from Senior Elite at JamFest, and we saw 1 from Shooting Stars at Spirit Cheer. So it's been a few weeks since we've seen each of these teams, you know, scattered across the country, and this weekend is sure to be a showdown.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome to watch. It's always so memorable the first time we get to see them all in action, and I'm personally excited to see KC Cheer Fearless add their names to the mix as well. But like we said, it's always a fan favorite. The arena is always packed when these teams take the stage. What do you think it is about this division that is so special?
Yeah, I mean, these are some of the most storied programs in the country, and Large Senior has a long legacy of pulling out the biggest stunts, having the largest visuals, and really giving fans everything they want out of competitive cheerleading. You know, you put 38 people in a single routine, and you are bound to create some excitement there. So, you know, we're so lucky that these programs put so much effort into these teams in particular, and really, you know, elevate the experience for all of us watching.
It's like they seem to outdo themselves year after year, which is so special. All right, well, Alex, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be super excited to check in with you again next weekend after CHEERSPORT. And I think what's super exciting too, this is just our little preview, because then it's going to be a quick turnaround when we see all these teams again at NCAA All-Star.
It's an exciting time of year, and thanks for having me, Amber.
All right, that's Alex Gajoli from Cheer Theory. We'll check in with him next time. Right now, let's keep it going by taking a look at what happened this weekend at events, from some division recaps to who was hitting zero. Out in Illinois, in that Midwest region, there were plenty of great routines at CSG Grand Nationals, where 500 points were on the line to the League by Varsity All-Star. We're going to take a look here at what went down in the Level 2 Junior D2 Small Division. This division was absolutely loaded. There were 9 teams taking the stage, and every single routine was super awesome to watch. All 9 of these teams scored above a 90, which means this was really one competitive division. But here's a look at how the top 3 shaped out. In third place was Ultimate Dance and Cheer Endeavor, scoring a 95.75. Second place went home with Titanium Force Cheer Wrath, finishing with a 96.6333. And your first place national champion, finishing on top out of those 9 teams, was the Ice Queens from WIDC, finishing with a 96.8083. And what I loved about Ice Queens is just how visual their routine is, with lots of awesome transitions happening in those stunts. Their technique in their tumbling and stunts was crisp and clean across the board, and that jump flexibility was amazing. So congratulations to the Ice Queens. Now let's go ahead and see who was hitting zero this weekend. Sticking with CSG Grand Nationals, let's take a look at Gym Time Illinois Style from the Level 3 Youth Division. Style hit zero both days at CSG Grand Nationals to take the win. And this team has been to 4 two-day events so far, meaning they've performed their routine a total of 8 times, and they've hit their routine 5 out of 8 times. So they're coming in at a 63% on our hit zero meter. Styles had very minor deductions on day 1. We're talking about a 0.15 deduction or a 0.25, but CSG Grand Nationals was an awesome weekend for them, hitting zero both days. Let's also take a look at Gym Time Illinois Fever from the Level 6 Senior Extra Small Co-Ed Division, who was also in action at CSG Grand Nationals, also hitting zero on both days. Shout out to Gym Time Illinois with that consistency this weekend. Let's dive into these numbers for Fever as well. They performed their routine a total of 7 times so far, and they've hit zero 3 out of those 7 times. So they're coming in at a 43% on that hit zero meter. And we all know that strong teams are always able to overcome that adversity, and Fever already showcased that at the majors, overcoming an injury to take the win. After hitting zero both days this weekend, definitely keep an eye on Fever as they continue to just keep picking up momentum here. They're the reigning NCAA All-Star National Champions and the World Champions in this division last season, so you can always count on Fever to put on a show. Finally, we've never done this for a division, but the Level 5 Senior D2 division was so impressive at Coastal at the Capital Grand Nationals that we just had to go all in. So this entire division aced their report card. They get a 100% on the hit zero meter from this last weekend. Major shout out to these 3 teams for showcasing strong and consistent routines all weekend long. All 3 of these teams hit 0 on both day 1 and day 2 and had some close scores and high scores. So here's a final look at these results. Coming in 3rd place was Magic All-Stars 5-star, scoring a 95.6167. In 2nd place, it's Beast Mode from Hanover Elite with a final score of 97.0167. And your national champion was Dazzle U All-Stars Lady Rain with a 97.3334. Let's get right into it right now with the League by Varsity All-Star question of the week. Last week, we were getting all hyped up for CHEERSPORT and asked you all to let us know which division you were most excited to see. So here's how you all voted. 33.3% of you voted for the Level 6 Senior Large Division. Always a fan favorite division, loaded with some of the most visual routines, full of difficulty. And this is also going to be the first time all season that we're going to see all 5 of these teams together. So we can't wait for that. I know we just heard an awesome breakdown there from Alex and Cheer Theory about what to look out for at CHEERSPORT. So definitely circle that on your schedule, the Level 6 Senior Large Division. But this week, we want to dive into some fun facts about CHEERSPORT's Friday Night Live event taking place this Friday. So go ahead, scan the QR code right now to vote with us on the Varsity TV website. But this week, we want to dive into some fun facts about CHEERSPORT's Friday Night Live event taking place this Friday. So go ahead, scan the QR code right now to vote with us on the Varsity TV website. We want to know, what year did the first Friday Night Live take place, and how much money have we raised for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital? A 2-parter there for you. If you think you know the answer, go ahead, scan this QR code, let us know what you think, and don't forget, you can watch all the action on Friday Night Live right here on Varsity TV, and be sure to join us in next week's episode to find out both the answers. Well, that's going to do it for this week and all the latest news around the League by Varsity All-Star. February has already been awesome, and it's only going to go up from here. There's going to be a lot to break down as teams aim for another chance at those 700 points at CHEERSPORT this weekend. But before we go, here's a look at what's on the line this weekend. Of course, the CHEERSPORT National All-Star Cheerleading Championship worth 700 points to the League by Varsity All-Star. But let's also take a look at what's on the line next weekend and look ahead. We have the American Celebration Salt Lake City Nationals for 500 points, COA Grand Nationals for 600 points, ACDA Reach the Beach All-Star Grand Nationals for 600 points, and just around the corner, it'll be here before we know it in a few weeks, the NCAA All-Star National Championship worth 700 points. So it's going to be an awesome weekend this weekend. Be sure to tune in to Varsity TV. Check out that schedules tab for everything that's going to be streamed this weekend. Follow along with CHEERSPORT. I'm excited to see what's going to go down, and also to take a look at some of these divisions that are going to be loaded with teams, and will kind of give us a preview as these teams start to see each other quite often at both CHEERSPORT and NCAA All-Star down the line. That's all for this week. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.